One of the things that I've learned during this whole ordeal is why victims of crimes, certain crimes and certain abuses don't report it. Sometimes it's out of fear, of fear of retaliation from the perpetrator. But other times it's because they feel like they won't be believed or they won't be taken seriously. You have a lot of people, say victims or victims of sexual abuse or other, violent situations, or even, just being scammed. You may not have anyone around you that you can confide in that you feel would either A, understand, or B, even make the effort to understand and assist you with that. Especially like with law enforcement. Sometimes there have been plenty of instances where people have reported crimes, reported rapes, reported, violence perpetrated against them, and nothing was done, or they weren't even believed in the first place. All kinds of excuses given as to, why that couldn't have happened or why that didn't happen. Prime example is one example that I constantly use in my videos is Elmer Allen, a victim of a secret experiment that happened during the Manhattan Project when they injected him with plutonium, and he tried to tell people that this was happening, and he wasn't sure exactly what was happening, but he knew something was wrong, and he was telling people about it. Nobody believed him, until it came out, and then of course, they realized they were wrong. One reason why people have this tendency to not believe victims is something that's called a just world theory. Just world theory basically means that people believe that the world is good and just, and they believe that people are good and just. And if that something happens to you, if you're the victim of, say, a rape or, some sort of violence or something like that, then it must be something that you did to provoke that, right? You must have said or done something to cause this thing to happen to you. And while I understand that, that's not always the case, though, is it? Again, you have to look at things in context to the situation, and you have to question it. Because there's always going to be another side to something, just like there's always another side to people. There are always several different sides to people. And depending on who you are and how you're dealing with that person at that time, then that's what you're gonna get. You have the public persona, you have the private persona, and it really depends on the intention. What is it that they're trying to do? What is it they're trying to get? And people can be manipulative, but everybody's manipulative. We all say and do things and put on a certain face at a certain time to try to get something out of somebody. Everybody's manipulative, but that's a whole nother philosophy for a whole nother time. But just world theory, that really explains why a lot of people just can't seem to wrap their head around certain things. And that's one of the things that I believe that I face with the people that I deal with is, thinking, okay, well, something had to have happened. You must have done something, not believing that Some people do evil just for evil's sake. Stephen King said, "The trust of the innocent is the liar's most useful tool." You know, and that's true, because you trust people so much, and because you give them the benefit of the doubt, you know, you don't even look into it. Well, that's not how the justice system is supposed to work. That's not how justice is supposed to work. You know, you take every instance as it comes.